For over 14 years, AXS TV Fights has dedicated Friday nights to combat sports, and on Friday, May 25th, the network will celebrate its historic 400th event with Legacy Fighting Alliance (LFA) 40 broadcast live from the Bomb Factory in Dallas, Texas. From the network's origins with pioneering MMA organizations like WEC, K1, Dream and Strikeforce, to today's weekly broadcast schedule with LFA and CES MMA, AXS TV Fights has broadcast more live MMA events than any other TV network and has been instrumental in the evolution of the sport. AXS TV Fights' 400th event will kick off at 9 p.m. 6 p.m. on Friday, May 25th, headlined by LFA featherweight title unification bout. Reigning champion Kevin Aguilar, 13-1, returns from injury to attempt his second career title defense against interim champion Tanla, 8-1. AXS TV Fights commentators UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich and veteran MMA broadcaster Ron Kruk will call the action with cageside reporter Phoenix Carnevale. Back in 2004, our network saw an opportunity to be a part of the fastest-growing sport in the world and gave U.S. fans the first high-definition MMA television broadcast, said AXS TV Fights CEO Andrew Simon. In our 400 broadcasts and travels around the globe, we worked with over 45 combat sports promotions and many of the greatest athletes to ever compete in our sport. We thank all the fighters, promoters, fans and the great team at AXS TV Fights for helping us reach this historic event. For this milestone broadcast, AXS TV Fights and LFA will head back to their roots in Dallas. In 2007, the network promoted two events, HDNET Fights, Initiation Night, and HDNET Fights, Reckless Abandon, at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. More recently, LFA held their inaugural event at the Bomb Factory in January 2017, and the venue has become a staple in their schedule. In celebration of AXS TV Fights' 400th show, the network is producing a special edition of the original MMA profile series CAGES. Premiering Friday, May 18th at 9 p.m. 6 p.m. Kruk, Miletich and longtime host of Inside MMA host Kenny Rice will look back at memorable moments in combat sports on HDNET. CAGES 400 will also feature special guests from the network's broadcast history, including UFC Hall of Famer Bob Rutten and former commentator Steven Quadros. Trending greater than "Was this the most gruesome cut ever in MMA history?" Video. In its 14-year history, AXS TV Fights has broadcast over 2,500 fights in 16 countries and showcased some of the greatest fighters in the sport. Champions including Fedor Emelianenko, Daniel Cormier, Chris Cyborg, Mirko Cro Cop, Nick Diaz, Josh Barnett, Vitor Belfort, Roy Nelson, Pat Miletich, Alistair Overeem and Benson Henderson all fought on the network for legendary promotions such as Dream, Elite XC, Strikeforce, K1 and more. Today, AXS TV Fights is the proving ground for top MMA prospects. Over the past 5 years, more than 140 fighters who appeared on AXS TV Fights were subsequently signed by the UFC, and many are among the top stars in the sport, including Holly Holm, Brian Ortega, Sergio Pettis, Mackenzie Dern, Henry Cejudo, Sean O'Malley, Kyle Bochniak and Valentina Shevchenko.